Oh, look at these pricks queuing for petrol, mate. You've got to go round them. You have to go round them. You can't just queue to get where we need to go. You have to go round them. So as you can see here, folks, absolutely nothing's changed. I can't drive anywhere in Brighton without hitting a bloody petrol queue. I'm sick of it. I've got about a quarter of a tank left at the moment, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to work next week. I'm self-employed. If I don't work, I don't get paid. And I had one smart ass in my comments from my last video go, oh well, there's plenty of petrol here in South Bristol. Yeah, great. I'll use my quarter of a tank to drive all the way to Bristol, fill up and have less petrol when I get back to Brighton. How does that help me in Brighton? Idiot. No, I'm annoyed. I'm sorry, like my last 3-4 videos have just been me insanely annoyed about about everything, but I can't help it. And what's rubbing salt in the wound? You know what's rubbing salt in the wound? Still just this constant denial that Brexit has got nothing to do with it. Of course Brexit has got something to do with it. Of course. Like, even Brexit supporters back in 2016 said that, well, there's going to be teething problems. It's not going to be all plain sailing. We can't just exit the EU and everything will be fine. There's going to be problems. So why now does everyone just want to deny the slightest negative to Brexit? Oh, it's not Brexit. It's not Brexit. Well, if it's not Brexit, if Brexit isn't a factor, why has Boris just announced emergency visas for EU workers? If it's not Brexit, why is that going to be the solution? Why is that going to help? So annoyed. And what annoys me more is just people just don't listen to experts. I mean, who has to tell you that Brexit is a contributing factor to this? If you don't believe people in their field, like these guys here, look, I'm going to show you a couple of clips, right? Martin Reed, Road Haulage Association.
Brexit's definitely one of the contributing factors, but it's in along with a number of other ones. We're effectively in a perfect storm just now. So a number of the EU nationals who used to work in the industry have gone back and have not returned.
Dominic Graham, he's a manager of a large haulage company.
My name's Dominic Graham. I'm the Quality and Insurances Manager for Alkaline UK. Alkaline UK are an international haulage company. As Brexit approached, we had a lot of staff drivers. We used to employ a lot of non-UK drivers who were worried about Brexit. Some of them returned to their countries, to consider what they were going to do next.
Richard Burnett, CEO of the Road Haulage Association.
Why do we need so many drivers? Why is it important to the UK economy?
Well, if you think about it, 98% of all the goods consumed in the UK, by all of us, are at some point in time delivered on the back of a truck. In terms of EU labour, we've got somewhere in the region of 60,000 EU drivers driving in the UK, and we're seeing a high proportion of those go back home because of the Brexit effect. Whether that's exchange rates or whether or not it's they want some certainty in terms of their future, and that's exacerbating this driver shortage.
When are people going to listen to experts instead of some guy's opinion in the comment section of some Facebook post? When are you actually going to listen to experts in their field? Now look, I understand the argument. I understand that pay and working conditions are rubbish in the UK. I understand that there are driver shortages in Europe as well. But all this does is add to the reasons of why Brexit is such a problem. If you're a driver that went home to the continent during the pandemic, why the hell would you come and work over in the UK and have the hassle of applying for a visa when there's shortages in Europe as well? And the pay and working conditions are better in Europe. Why would you go through the hassle of applying for a visa when you can just jump in your lorry and start working in the continent? Which is also another argument to why it's perfectly fine to be able to sort out these issues of pay and the issues of working conditions, because France seem to do a decent job of it, and they're still inside the EU, aren't they? I mean, that's just an argument to say that we can sort out all these problems that we have with UK drivers while still being in the EU. It's just, so like I say, I mean, Boris has just announced that he's going to have some emergency visas for EU workers, which is great. I mean, it's great news, we desperately need it. But why did we leave it so late? Well, we know why he left it so late, because this policy finally admits that Brexit's not working. We need EU workers. They're finally admitting that we can't do it by ourselves. We need EU workers. And that's just going to have a domino effect now, because, you know, the farming industry is going to be crying out, look, you need to get emergency visas for the farm pickers as well. You need to get emergency visas for hospitality workers and nurses that we also desperately need. I'm sorry, I'm just, like I say, my last few videos I've just been so angry, but this is too important. This is getting to the stage now where this is people's livelihoods, and like I say, I don't know if I'm going to be able to work next week. You know, what about the stuff like the blood tests that are not getting done because we haven't got the equipment, because we can't get it over? You know, this is serious stuff now. Just people's pride on Brexit, and I don't want to blame people, I want to blame the government, because it's them. It's Boris's pride on Brexit, it's Priti Patel's pride on Brexit, that we cannot do or implement any policy that shows that Brexit is a failure. I think that's enough from me. I mean, I could go on all day. I'm annoyed, I'm upset, I'm angry, and you know what, maybe my next video I might be happy. Maybe I might get that phone call about my electric van that I'm supposed to be getting. Avid viewers of my channel will know that I'm getting an electric van soon, and it's being imported from Germany. It's a VW transporter, so it's delayed. Of course it's delayed. Yeah, maybe I'll get a phone call next week that can save me from this petrol hell, and then I'll do a nice happy video. But until then, I've got nothing to be happy about right now. I'm just stressed out. But thanks for watching, as always. Comment down below, let me know your thoughts. Take care, guys. I hate these pricks that are too good to have house numbers on their house. They have to have a stupid bloody house name. I'm looking for Pentfont Hill House. Pentfont Hill House. Rosemary. Pentfont. That's it.